What is this, a tier list? Well, yes, indeed it is. As you can see, we have all the Call of Duties lined up that I have played. We've got God tier, very saucy, Angel Food. I'm gonna be ranking all of these games from God tier to nails on chalkboard. Every single person that's done a tier list of Call of Duty has a terrible tier list. So it's my turn to make a tier list, and I'm not talking about crying. So Call of Duty 2. I'm gonna have to drop this into Angel Food Cake. Angel Food Cake is basically going to be the category that I think that the game is good, but I would only go back to it very occasionally. I have very fond memories with this game. All we ever did was split screen this game, me and the boys in middle school. We only played this one map. I think it was called Tuhane? Jane? How do you even pronounce that? Is it Jane? Like you went to a party with a girl named Jane, you got drunk, you started seeing double? Jane? Or is it Tuhane? Like when my homie asked me how much I got on my paycheck and I tell him I got 200. This is dumb. We only played this one map though. There's no sprinting in this game. There's only 5 preset classes. It's the most simple Call of Duty I've ever played. But we literally only played on this one map, and we would play for hours every single sleepover we had, right? Back in middle school. Wild time. Shots were fired. We were popping off. I just have very fond memories with that game, even though there was only a little bit. That's why I didn't put it higher. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm sorry if some of y'all hate me for this, but I'm gonna have to put it also in Angel Food Cake. I think the reason that a lot of people like this game so much is mainly just because of the nostalgia. I never really played it that much, but when I did play it, shots were fired, you know? We were popping off. The few times that I did play this game, I actually did enjoy it. I thought that the multiplayer was kind of broken. Like, there was literally a perk in that game that gave you more health. I don't... You know, like there's so many things that were wrong with it. Good game because of the nostalgia, but I never really played it enough, so I'm gonna put it in that category. World at War. I'm gonna have to also put this in Angel Food Cake. I like this game specifically because, well, the shots were fired and we were popping off. No, but honestly, I never really played the multiplayer in World at War. I think I only played a couple matches. I also never played the campaign, but I've heard very good things from it. The reason I do like World at War so much is because that was the first zombies game that I got introduced to. I was 9 years old, booling on Doris, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely phenomenal times. I honestly think that World at War would be a lot higher on my tier list if I actually got more time with the game, but I was so young, I just didn't have the same experience. I do agree that it is a very good game though. Modern Warfare 2. If y'all disagree, I'm sorry, but this goes straight to God tier without a question in my mind. MW2 has a really special place in my heart. I believe every like sleepover with the boys that I had from 4th to 7th grade, we would play MW2 split screen all night long, every single time, especially on split screen. When I was playing with the boys, the only thing that really went through my head was shots were fired and they were popping off. I'm kidding, but this game brought maps like Rust, High Rise, Afghan, Favela, Terminal. Almost every map in this game is rememberable. I think my favorite part of this game too is every single gun in the game was good, like way too good. Like everything was overpowered. So not only was multiplayer perfect in its own way, but the campaign was also phenomenal. So was Special Ops. Everything about this game, every mode was amazing. I can literally hear the old crackling Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 microphones.
I'm a pussy that use my shield.
I'm a what do you want me to use? You tell me what you want me to
Like with the MW2 background sound, you know what I'm talking about? And that's not even to mention the nostalgia of the music and the sounds in this game. Like just the main menu music is enough to make a grown man cry. Also, the sounds of when you even leveled up in that game were just phenomenal. And that's why it's God tier. Black Ops 1 God tier. Can we just talk about the multiplayer menu music in that game? It's probably copyrighted, so I'm gonna try and poorly play it on my viola. Sounds just like it, right? Soundtrack in this game was epic. Doesn't matter what it was. Multiplayer, campaign, zombies. It was all very good. The multiplayer in this game was absolutely amazing. There was more customization than any previous Call of Duty game. You could probably turn your reticle into a cyan ball sack if you wanted to. There was modes where you can gamble. There was gun game. There was sticks and stones. This is also the first game that introduced bots, which was very interesting. Me and my homies used to play that all of the time. The best part of a lot of these older games is there wasn't like any in-game purchases either. You earned everything in-game. The map selection in this game was also pretty phenomenal. You got your Nuketown, you got your firing range, stadium. I just remember hopping on my Xbox mic and going, shots were fired, you know, they were popping off. I gotta stop this bit. Now, the main reason that I put this in God tier was because this is the first game where zombies really outdid itself. There was Kino der Toten, there was Ascension, Call of the Dead, on top of Moon, Shangri-La, all the remastered maps. I can't tell you how many late nights throughout all of elementary, middle, and high school we spent playing zombies. And to really top the cherry on the Black Ops 1 thick ass cake, the campaign was incredible. It was absolutely crazy. The story was so good. I think one of my favorite missions in all of Call of Duty is the second mission where you're in a prison and you gotta escape the prison and you're riding motorcycles and you're shooting shotguns and shit. Woo! It's God tier, no discussion. MW3. I'm sorry if I disappoint anybody, but I'm gonna have to pop this one in very saucy. I have very mixed feelings about this game because to me it kind of just feels like a foggy version of MW2. It's like if MW2 had a less likable brother, in my opinion. It's still a very, very good game, don't get me wrong. Multiplayer was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the bonus modes that they had, like Infected and All or Nothing. But I guess my problem with this game is that none of the maps for me were all that memorable. There was a couple in there that are very distinctive, like Dome and whatever that other map was. I don't know, man. It just didn't hit the same to me, but I still think it was a very fun game. I definitely played it quite a bit. The campaign was pretty damn good. I think that it wasn't up to par with the past previous two games. I think that the saving grace of this game that keeps it up and very saucy, right under God tier, is the game mode survival. That game mode was so much goddamn fun. That was something that I had never seen in a game before. Me and the homies would be up all night grinding survival mode, man. I'm just saying. We got sentry turrets, we got claymores. It was so much fun. I got juggernauts coming in. It was crazy. It was such a fun game mode. I do remember having good times on that game. I just think it's not one of the greatest. Black Ops 2. You already know that this is going in God tier. This game was something else. This game wasn't just a game. This transformed my entire childhood, I think. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll just start with campaign. The campaign was phenomenal. I just remember swinging through the mountains and we had a wingsuit and we were flying and shit. Considering this is like the first futuristic Call of Duty, they did a crazy, crazy good job. Multiplayer was something that I had never seen before. Shots were fired. We were popping off. It's crazy how well everything was put together. The gameplay was smooth. Almost every single map in that game was phenomenal. The camo challenges were all fun. I can't think of a single time where I haven't enjoyed playing Black Ops 2. I remember hopping on every single day after school with the boys. We get a 6-man squad and we'd hop on and grind. This game came out at actually the perfect time. It's quite literally one of the best games to ever come out. 2012 Christmas, okay? My mom wraps me a present. I open it up, it is the box of an iPad. I get super excited, right? I open up the box, there's not an iPad inside, it's a hat. Yep, but you know what's inside the hat? Black Ops 2 for the Xbox 360. I think I nut on the spot. Little did I know for the next 3.5 to 4 years, this would be the greatest game I would ever play. On top of the almost perfect multiplayer, Zombies was as fun as ever. Even though Transit kind of sucked ass, you could still play Town, okay? And they really redeemed themselves when they started putting out all the DLCs, you know, Nuketown, Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, Buried, and of course Origins. And every single one of those maps banged in their own separate way. I would still go back and play this without a question in my head. Not only was the game good back then, but the community as well. This game introduced me to the Vanoss crew. It introduced me to FaZe. It introduced me to trickshotting. I did that for 4 years. Can you see me as a trickshotter? Yeah, I have literally over 20 montages that none of you guys know about. But without Black Ops 2, I don't think I ever would have found the Vanoss crew, and that's really what inspired me to do YouTube was Vanoss. I don't think I would actually be here as a content creator if it wasn't for this particular game. There's so many memories wrapped around this specific game that that's what makes it so perfect. Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm gonna have to put this one in not great because shots were fired, we're popping off. I think this game got a really bad rep because I had to follow in the footsteps of Black Ops 2. I thoroughly hated the multiplayer in this game. I really liked the concept. The maps were very cool. It's just that the game was not set up right. Extinction was basically the zombies replacement in this game, and I was not really a fan of that either. It was a really cool concept. It's just very, very difficult to live up to Treyarch's zombies. I really did like the first Extinction map, but besides that, I think it was too, I actually think that this game had my favorite campaign of all time in any Call of Duty game. And that's kind of why I didn't put it on nails on chalkboard, because I did like the campaign. I almost want them to make a Ghost 2 just because I want to continue the story. I want to know what the fuck happens. It's been so many years. Also, just a plus, this game had really funny add-ons because you could buy like voice packs for your game. So like Snoop Dogg or an old grandma could commentate over your shit.
You motherfuckers won good shit, cuz I appreciate the way y'all handled that business.
It's stupid, but the game had its moments. I just don't think I'd ever go back to it. Advanced Warfare. I'm gonna put this up in Angel Food Cake. I'm not gonna lie, a lot sucked about this game. The campaign was kind of cool, but there was Kevin Spacey, and now he touches kids. Shots were fired? They were popping off. Zombies was interesting, but it wasn't anything close to Treyarch. I mean, it was fun to play very occasionally while the game was in its cycle. And I hate to be the person to say this, but I actually really did enjoy the multiplayer in Advanced Warfare. The jetpack system was brand new in this game, and it was actually a lot of fun for me. The maps were a lot of fun. I don't know what it was. I think I was actually just good at the game, and that's the only reason that I liked it. Black Ops 3. Okay, I think you guys are gonna hate me for this one. Like, actually hate me. But God tier. Now I'm just playing with you. Nails on chalkboard. Alright, I gotta stop playing with y'all. It's actually God tier. Nah, but for real, nails on chalkboard. Nah, I'm just sticking my cock in your esophagus. It's God tier. Shots were fired. Popping up. I like to think that my girlfriend's standing outside my door listening to me record this, and she's probably losing her shit. Alright, first of all, the only downfall that I have with Black Ops 3 is the campaign. It's really confusing. It's really cool. Very confusing. Train go boom. If I remember correctly, you were basically in a simulation made up inside of your head throughout half of this campaign, and it just didn't make much sense to me. However, the multiplayer in Zombies makes up for it 110%. A lot of people hate the multiplayer in this game, but I absolutely loved it. The jetpack mechanics are so smooth, you could run across walls. It was so much fun. Almost every single map in this game was unique, and it was very fun. The camos were fun to earn, the challenges, awesome. The specialists were unique. It was a whole new thing. And I'm not a fan of microtransactions, but the loot crate system in this game was actually probably one of my favorites, because you didn't just have to pay for loot crates. You could literally play the game and earn the loot crates. But in this game cycle, I also made a whole bunch of videos playing Black Ops 3 because I did thoroughly enjoy the game, and I just have those fond memories playing Black Ops 3. It was so much fun. I just think that this was a good time in my life. There's a lot of good memories and good vibes surrounding this game for me.
Here's what we do. We're gonna have to perform a ritual. Hands. I raped a can of beans once. I was smoking beans. Alright. Okay. That's our ritual. Oh, I saw.
On top of the multiplayer, Zombies was absolutely phenomenal. It's never been this smooth. The maps were super fun, especially like Draka. Oh my god, that map is... Oh, it's going down in history as a classic. And especially when they brought back like the 8 classic maps. Oh my god, such a well put together game. And the Gobblegum, that was a nice addition. I don't know why people hate on this game so much. It's one of the greats. I don't think this game had the appreciation when it came out, to be honest. Infinity and Beyond Warfare. I'm gonna pop this one in not great. I have very mixed feelings about this game because the community really hated it with a burning passion for some reason. But I actually found it enjoyable at some points in time. Like when they had the Terminal 24/7 playlist, that map, well, I mean, it's a classic map. But the game had its moments where it was actually slightly enjoyable to play. The campaign wasn't all that bad, and I don't remember Zombies being all that awesome, but some people say otherwise. But at this point, I was still very wrapped up with Black Ops 3, and I did not care about the release of this game whatsoever, so I'm just gonna drop it not great. World War II. I'm sorry if you guys like this game, but I'm gonna have to drop this in Nails on Chalkboard. I don't think I have any good memories from this game, except for one video where I did 3 pull-ups every single time I died. Besides that video, I actually did not like this game. I legitimately didn't. I know that the campaign was good. It was very cinematic. It didn't feel like any other campaign before, but the game was just so bland. All the maps were so dark and colorless. I mean, hence, yeah, it's World War II. I understand that. But the gameplay just sucked, and I was horrible at the game, so it made it a lot less enjoyable. I played Zombies like maybe twice in this game, and it really didn't do it for me. It just wasn't the same, and I was still caught up on Black Ops 3. Black Ops 4, I'm gonna have to put an Angel Food Cake. This one's kind of tricky because there's not really even a campaign. It was just non-existent. This was the first Call of Duty to do that, I believe. I didn't care for the multiplayer much. I did have fun with it once in a while, but I don't really remember a whole lot from it. I would honestly put this game in not great if it wasn't for Blackout, because I thoroughly enjoyed Blackout, which is what they swapped the campaign for. It was a whole battle royale. It was the first Call of Duty battle royale. I actually have 2 weeks of in-game time into Blackout. I think it was just the simplicity of Blackout that I liked. The textures were simple. Everything was easy to see. It was a very smooth, nice battle royale, and it was the first one that I've ever actually enjoyed. Me and the homies grinded that game. Oh my god, it was fun. So you can disagree all you want, but that's how I feel about it, okay? I think my favorite part about Black Ops 4 was that shots were fired. Oh my god, they were popping off. Modern Warfare. I'm gonna pop that Angel Food Cake, my guy. I am personally not a fan. I think it's a very good game for what it is, and I understand why people enjoy it, which is why I put it so high on this list. However, skill-based matchmaking absolutely ruined it for me, and the only maps that I actually enjoyed were Shoot House and Shipment. I think all of the base maps in this game were pretty much garbage. The only time in multiplayer that I actually had fun was 2v2s and tournaments. I made a couple of videos on that, and it was actually enjoyable at the time. The campaign was pretty solid as usual. Infinity Ward does a pretty good job with that, and honestly, I think Warzone to me is only fun with friends. Otherwise, I probably would never ever touch it. Y'all are gonna hate me for this, but I think that Black Ops 4 had a way better battle royale. And last but finally, shots were fired, they were popping. We're gonna put this in Angel Food Cake. I honestly enjoy Cold War. I think once this game is towards the end of its cycle and it's fully updated, this game's probably gonna be higher on my tier list, to be honest. I have not finished the campaign yet, but it's super fun. I love what they did. The story's great. There's a lot of multiple choice. The multiplayer can be fun, but once again, skill-based matchmaking absolutely ruined it for me. If that wasn't in the game, I really think I would have put this up in very saucy. The only problem I have with it is that the base maps suck a lot. All the good maps that I thoroughly enjoy are the ones that they're adding into the game, which are previous maps and brand new maps. I really do like all the game modes that they've put into this game, though. I actually do thoroughly enjoy playing multiplayer in this game. Aside from the skill-based matchmaking, why the fuck is it still in the game? I honestly don't really know why I haven't put this game in very saucy. The zombies is actually incredibly fun. I've probably sat down and put a couple of days worth of time into zombies alone. It's a completely different experience from any of the previous COD games, which is what throws me off. Once again, the best part of the game was, you know, shots were fired. We're popping off. So yeah, here is my tier list, guys. What do you guys think in the comments? I'm trying to see some arguments if y'all got them. I really think that this has to be the most correct Call of Duty tier list I've ever seen. Also, I'm sorry for this completely random upload. This is completely different than what I normally post. I just wanted to try something new and make a video that I've wanted to make for a while. If you guys like content like this, it makes it a lot easier because these videos don't take as much time to edit, so I can upload more frequently and also keep going with the Let's Play and the SMP and all that shit. Also, for those of you who haven't seen yet, I made a bunch of sweatshirts, a bunch of hoodies, free shipping on them bitches, and it supports me at the channel. All the money goes straight back into YouTube. So if you guys want to support and get some merch, please do help. It's in the description. They're comfy and they're gonna get you laid, okay? I'm just saying. And shots were fired. We're popping off.
Oh my God.